Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you with a message for the collective. So it may resonate with you, it may not, but whatever you hear from this message, take from it what you will and learn. Before we get started, we'll cleanse the energy of the space. And then get into the reading. So, Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Splitting the deck, let's see what we get. The universe and third eye chakra. All right. 6, third eye chakra. So that's located right above your eyebrows, between them. So just above and then on your forehead there. And that is about your insight, your intuition, the colors you can see. It's like a violet blue. And you have 6. 6 is about your self-sacrifice. It is about loyalty. With the universe, some more blues there, but the universe 21, 2 plus 1 is 3, expansion, along with Trinity, past, present, future. So it's the world. So you'll be able to see the world with your third eye. And that's what you can do with your third eye, especially if you're psychic, you can do so. And just know everyone has a bit of intuition in them. You just have to develop it. So when you hear like those, like a little message in your mind, or you get this gut feeling, that's your intuition. It is the universe connecting with you, telling you about something that's going on. So let's see what we come up with. We'll do a 5-card spread, beginning with your immediate past. 11, balance. So you see the angel here has all 4 suits, the sword, the cup, pentacle, wand, and is able to balance them all. Float up above, rise above, hands are open for receiving. So you are receiving this message today. Well, that's not, not necessarily you are receiving it, but that's not what that necessarily means. But it is, your hands are open and it is for receiving. So that's your immediate past. Presently, there is some conflict and defeat. 5, it's change. It's the flexibility. It's the ability to adapt. So you see here, he's like tumbling down the stairs or stumbling down the stairs, holding onto the wall, but there's still a flame. There's still sunlight coming in. So this circle around, this like halo around the light is similar to the halo here around the angel. So reminding you that you have the resources, you don't have to give up. So presently you may feel that things are changing so much and you don't know what's going on. It's confliction, it's defeat, whatever it is. Don't let it get you down like this. You still have the ability to stand up and rise above. Your immediate future, we have emotional withdrawal. 8. 8 is about abundance, prosperity. So your emotions in the immediate future, you're going to withdraw. You may need some time to yourself. So look, eyes are closed more than likely here. Hands are together in prayer, sitting by the water side. So water, that's your emotions, the tide ebbing and flowing. And you just need to spend some time within yourself. Draw into yourself. So we have that, and we'll go a little deeper. So now we have moving on as the distant past. So again, a 6 like we had in the beginning. So that's moving on. Time to step away from what was going on. So it's sometime in the distant past you left behind and went ahead confidently, as if this is like a compass, like so guiding you to where you need to go next. So now let's look at the distant future, and it's the throat chakra. So 5, again, needing to speak up. 5, you have the change, the flexibility. So your throat chakra is obviously is at the throat. That's where you voice, where you speak, where you stand up for yourself, you talk. That is what you'll be doing in the distant future. You need to speak up and not hold things in, share it. The bottom card, we have the universe again. So we have the universe. So now let's see. So with this, so we have 5 and 5 are 10, plus 11 is 21, plus 8, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 3 for 5 is 8. So 8. So we still have an adding up for the numerology there. We still have 8. That's your power, authority, your strength, organization, control, remember prosperity. So you have the power. So you have the power within you to overcome whatever that conflict and defeat is. You'll use your voice. You'll speak up to say exactly what you're feeling. You're balancing the different aspects that you have, the tools at your hands at the ready. You have all of that. So let's dig deeper into this moving on. So in the distant past, you had to move on. Out there in the collective, for the people that this is resonating for, think of what just happened a few months back, let's say, and where were you? Did you have to leave something behind? Start connecting what the cards are showing, what the divine message is saying, to what happened in your life. It'll give you a better idea. So let's see. This says positive movement forward. 8 again. So there's a lot of that power, the abundance, all of that is happening. So there was this positive. So as I said, leaving this behind and moving forward with the compass, the leaves are coming in. So you moved forward. At some point in the distant past, you may have taken a trip, you may have traveled, you may have moved, but whatever it was, whether it was a physical movement forward, a mental movement forward, spiritual movement forward, you moved forward. You left something behind the past. You moved away from that and you sailed ahead. You didn't let something stop you. You moved on. So tell us some more about what was this moving on from? What was this positive movement forward? Tell us more about that. And we have solitude, 9. That's the hermit. So that's completions, that's endings. So you took a time out. So you move forward positively and you reconnected with source. You spent some time alone so that you can hear yourself. You can focus. Look, eyes are downcast here, same as there, same here. So you're someone who's able to connect into your inner voice with the divine plugging in. So maybe this is for a healer or someone, um, but someone out there who's able to use with meditation or just spending some time alone to tap into that. And 9 is about completions, endings. So that was the end of a phase. You moved on from a phase and that chapter was closed and now you're ready to move ahead. So in your immediate past, you have the balance. So tell us some more, Divine, about that. So moved away was positive movement, spiritual connection, going within. Tell us more about this immediate past. So that we have harmony, 6. So we have harmony, the lovers, a partnership coming together, like minds. So that is what's going on. There's the flowers growing up above. It's like over a door in the background there. There's a couple. So you were able to move forward. You were in solitude, but you came out of that solitude in a harmonious connection with someone else. So let's dig a little deeper into who that is. Is this necessarily a lover situation? Because everything else, it doesn't necessarily point to lovers or to business or whatever. Let's just see. Tell us some more, Divine, about this harmony connection there. Partnerships and alliances. So you came together with someone. So it's more than likely a business type of relationship. It wasn't a relationship for your love affair. This was more of you coming together in harmony with another. So you have an alliance. And 3, remember, that's all about the expansion. So you expanded your situation. Remember, universe, the world. You expanded your reach into a harmonious partnership with someone else. But for whatever reason, and let's see why, is there's this sense of conflict and defeat. And often that's just in the person's head. It could be just your thoughts. So again, think back. You moved, you did something. What just immediately happened that you partnered with someone and now things you're feeling a little off? What is that all about? You're feeling maybe some self-doubt. And shadow comes out. So that's the moon. Again, 8 plus 1 is 9. So that's completions. But you went internal, and the moon often, this also lets you know that the divine may not necessarily be ready to tell you what all the answers are at this moment, but you were doing some shadow work and you needed to, because you were getting too into your head. You needed to figure out why. Why are these negative thoughts coming up? What's going on that's driving you to focus more on that instead of all this positivity that you had? You move forward positively. You have a partnership. You have harmony. You have balance. Something triggered you to go into more of the shadow and doubt yourself. So tell us some more. What was it that caused this doubt, this change of heart? There was positivity and then connection with source. So what caused that? Well, you have new beginnings. So maybe what it was is you just felt uncomfortable. A lot of people are not comfortable with change. You have to be flexible with things that are happening. You may not have wanted to step out into this new partnership, into this relationship that you have with someone. It may be that you weren't quite comfortable with it, but it is something that needed to happen. And often that's what the divine does. It will nudge us to do something that we don't want to, especially also focusing on our shadow, on the deepest emotions that we have. Remember, the moon is all about your emotions, your depths of your emotions. But you have new beginnings, a fresh start, zero, stepping forward, coming out there. Again, look at the staff there. You have a staff here. You have well, that's not really, it's a scepter more so there. You have that all with you, and you just have to flow with it. Remember to flow. Look at the universe, the stars, all of that moves. The water moves and flows. But now tell us more about this new beginning. Like, what is it that gave you the doubt? You had the positive movement forward, all of that, moving on. Tell us some more. Well, passion is going to be ignited. So there's one, again, new beginnings. So you're stirring up something, your creativity is happening with this partnership. Perhaps that's something where you are moving into a direction of something that's going to really be from your heart, something that you feel very passionate about. So let's see a little bit more. We'll pull another card because this emotional withdrawal is coming up. I want to know what triggers that to happen in the immediate future. Disruption. So there will be a change, a life change that goes on. So there's this hesitation, you withdrawing from it, and now there's this tower moment. 1 + 6 is 7. 7 is about your spirituality, your inner wisdom. So you did this emotional withdrawal because of this disruption that's happening. And I always will tell everyone, like my clients, I'll say, it's a life experience, a tower moment, a disruption. Those are all things that you can learn from. There's no reason why you can't learn from that situation. You will may not necessarily see that it's for your good at the time, but everything happens for a reason. And it again urges you to step forward. So you're stepping into this new beginning, then you had a bit of doubt and waffling. You weren't sure, you were getting all in your head. And then withdrew emotionally. So then this whole life change happened that had to kick you in your pants, so to say, to move you forward. So tell us some more about this life experience, Divine. What else is this? Like, why did that come about for the collective out there? What do they need to know about that? Rejoice in celebration. So a 3 again. So it could very well be that a third party came into this partnership, into this alliance. And it says celebration, but it may not necessarily be a celebration since it's a tower moment. So they must have come in and shaken things up for you where you had that moving forward and the positivity. So the harmony, someone stepped in and it interfered with all of that positive flow of things. And that's what caused the emotional withdrawal. Again, the green cards. So you have that. So it's a third party coming in to this relationship that you have with someone. So think back. Who was it? Was it, and this is still, I'm still leaning towards this being a business situation, but who was that for you? Think about it. Think about the people around you. So Divine, tell us some more. I want to learn more about this third individual. Solar plexus chakra. So that's at your gut. It's there above your navel, below your rib cage. That's where you say, oh, I feel it in my gut. That's your instinct, your intuition there, your gut feeling. 3, again, 3. So someone came in there and kicked you in your stomach. That was a gut punch. So that gut punch came from somebody coming into your situation, that this relationship that you have, and them saying, you know what, I'm going to interfere with this. I'm going to turn this other person's head. I'm going to disrupt this whole positive flow for whatever reason. They are now getting into the middle of that. But let's see some more. What else can you tell us about that? Movement, choices, decisions. So there's going to be a decision. So there's 2. So between you and your original partner that's there, the 2 of you will have to decide how to move forward with this. And the more that I'm seeing this, I'm going to change this. This is more of a romance situation because this is more with, look at the rings. So that's, again, when you're looking at the cards, you're interpreting things, the message will become more clear as you dig deeper into it. So as opposed to being a business relationship, a business partnership or alliance, this is a love relationship. There's that passion and this new beginning, all of that is there. So what you're needing to do, since it's showing the threes, 333, instead of that, now it's back to the two. So the two of you will have to decide, what are you going to do? Are you going to step forward with this relationship that you have, your love affair? You're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to decide what is going to be best for you. And let's dig a little deeper into that. I want to see a little bit more. Tell us more, Divine, about this couple that are going through it with a third party interfering with their relationship. Tell us more about this couple and what they need to do. Sacral chakra, passion. Your sacral chakra is above your pubic bone and below your navel. So that houses all your sensuality, your creativity. All of that is housed in your sacral chakra. That's your passion. So again, look at the two. The two of you, you need to reignite the passion for yourselves. Between the two of you, kick that other person to the curb. You now know what the deal is with them. You need to move them out, talk to each other. Look, and that's what you need to do in the distant future. You need to talk, use your throat chakra, and speak your mind. Speak clearly, because obviously this is a relationship that needs to be saved. You don't want to lose it. Look, remember new beginnings? You had this moving on. You have the positive movement forward, the harmony, balance. You have all of that for your relationship. This is not something that you're just going to throw away. You will fight for this. You will use your passion, your creativity, your drive. All of that is to keep your relationship going strong and moving forward. So let's get to the distant future, where the throat chakra, you're going to have to speak. You need to speak up, make that change. Remember, 5 is about change. Be flexible. That's what you're needing to do. You can't just sit back and just take it. You need to, and look, you have a firm foundation. 4, you have that strength of a foundation. Your distant past, see, remember you had that, your positive movement forward. You have that foundation between the two of you. You have your harmony. This is not a relationship you're just going to let go because of an indiscretion. This you need to keep. You need to fight for that. You don't want to lose it. So tell us some more about this firm foundation this couple has. Tell us, Divine, that showing in the distant future, you've rebuilt on that firm foundation. You're keeping it going, keeping it strong. Financial and material changes. So these are the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. And that's again change, 5. So with these financial material changes, there's going to be some change that you're going through. Perhaps you're looking at a inflow of money, some type of change for you with your material welfare. Maybe as a I'm sorry gift, your significant other is giving you something, but there is going to be some change with that there. So let's see, what more can you tell us about that, Divine? What can you tell us about this material change? Well, use your intuition. Again, that's 2. These two, so you will be together. So follow your intuition. Remember in the beginning, the third eye chakra, follow that. You will need to tap into your intuition. Look at the solitude. Remember, eyes downcast, eyes closed. You're going inward. That solitude moment you had in the distant past. Tap into that again. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what the whispers are from the divine when you're doing this self-reflection. That's what 2 is all about. Balance. It's also about the couple. So you have that. You have that firm foundation. You have the ability to tap into your intuition, use your voice. That's what you're needing to do. So don't lose out with this partner. This is somebody that you belong with. And at the bottom of the deck, we have 1, prosperity begins. So again, that red, that passion. So you have that. And you, with this, look, remember, financial material changes, prosperity begins, 1, new beginnings, new beginnings. So you have those new beginnings, and that's what's happening for you with your love affair. You need to keep that going. No matter what happens, listen, talk, spend some time reconnecting with source when you need some guidance on it, making sure that you are seeing everything that as clearly as possible. So learn from this life experience, this change that happened that brought this third person into your life to reignite your passion for each other, to give you reason to fight to stay together, and it will be a successful situation. So don't fear. Know that it will be okay. So let's pull from my animal spirit guide deck to see what other information can we get about this relationship. Tell us some more, animal spirits, about this situation with these lovers, and this third person popped into the situation. They like added themselves into the equation. So we have King of Air, intelligent, impartial, respected, unemotional. Humpback whale. So air is about your mental. So you are in control of that. So it says at this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly. And look, throat chakra said you need to speak up, communicate. That's what you have to do. Be objective and unemotional. Remember, I said don't uh, go into it thinking like you're not going to listen. You're not. It's just going to be fighting. That's not what's going to happen. You have to be objective and unemotional. Pull back and see things, as I said, from all sides. So that is what you need to do. And in order for that to happen, maybe you might want to work with someone else, maybe work with a counselor of some sort to help you to get through this situation, but you will be able to do it. Let's see what else we have. Knight of Water, a frog. So what are your emotions? So we have the romantic, flirtatious, introspective, enchanting. And look, what is that not but introspective is your intuition, romantic, the passion, and then also flirtatious. So you have that's your frog. That is your man. Your man, that is your man. Don't let him go. Or your woman, don't let him go because they're a frog. Remember a princess and the frog, and he turned into a prince? So you have your frog. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters. So stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. And look, intelligence, intelligence. So you have that with both your intellect and your heart. So follow your heart, follow your passion. So we have that. And then at the bottom of this deck, we have Knight of Fire, passionate, charismatic, confident, restless, a dolphin. So he's leaping out of the water and just so happy. So an opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance, intuition, third eye. Follow it. And remember what that bitch said the same thing. So that's your message. So let's pull from the crystal deck to find out what crystal will enhance this situation. So Divine, share with us the crystal that will be beneficial with the attributes, the benefits of it. What is the crystal that will help this couple? Ocean Jasper. So we just had the dolphin. Schedule yourself in. Schedule yourself in, meaning the two of you need to be together in the house, in your home, wherever it is. Schedule time for you two of you to be together. That's what that's all about. And look at the colors are similar. So schedule your time to be together. That's the key. Spend more time together than a time apart. Okay. Nothing, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, sometimes absence can bring in other people that you don't want in your relationship. So spend as much time as you possibly can together, not clingy. No one wants that either. But remember, find the balance. So you will balance it all out. You have this relationship that had a bit of a stumble after a great start, but know that you will succeed. You and your partner will stay together and you'll have that passion all again. Because why? This is your world. So if this message resonated with you, I'd be so thankful if you will like the video, share it with your friends, tell other people about it so the word gets out further and further and further into the collective, along with subscribing to PYJynJoy. Click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you know when more of my posts are coming out and videos. I also do one-on-ones, as I've mentioned. I do one-on-one if you go to PYJynJoy, PYJynJoy.com, and book a one-on-one. We could do tarot readings, life coaching, all of that fun stuff, and help you to get unstuck. That is the whole point of PYJynJoy. So until we see each other again, love, light, peace.